User-defined variables are the variables that we can create in MySQL server, and they are valid for a specific session that we create that variable on, and they are used to store and manipulate data and simplify our commands and our operations. In this video, we'll be talking about one of the very simple examples of user-defined variables. And here inside our sales table, we have some records, and also we have a column called revenue with some numbers as the revenue for each sales record. We want to create a user-defined variable and store all these revenues, and while the command that we create afterward is iterating through all these records, the variable that we have created will store all of these data and adds up the next one to the previous one. So at the end of the command, at the end of this iteration execution, we will have a number that is a total revenue that is stored in that specific variable. We can create the variables with the keyword set, and after that we need to type an @ sign. In different programming languages, variables are created with or without some special characters. For example, in Python we don't need to type anything. In PHP we type $. In JavaScript we have var or let or constant, or other type of programming languages have their own symbols and characters. But in MySQL we create variables with @ sign, then the name of the variable, whatever we wanted to have, and also we can set an initial value. In this case we are setting 0 at the initial value for this specific variable, so pressing enter will create this total sales variable for only this specific session. Now if I type a select command that stores the revenues and adds it up to the total revenue, and for each iteration it will return a record as a total revenue that is the sum of all the previous processed records, the result will be something like this. At the first record we have only 5,005 cents, and this is the first one since we have set the initial value to 0, and this is the only record that is added to this value. The next one will be this, that is the sum of these two records. The next one will add 3,000 more, and until the end of the record, and at the end the total sales will have a value that is the sum of all the records for the revenue column of the sales table. Of course, these type of variables can be used for too many more use cases. We can simplify complex queries, we can store data, we can do much more with them, but this was a very simple example to make you familiar with the concept. The only thing that we need to have in mind, as said, is that user-defined variables are limited to that specific session. When the session that we have created this variable on is terminated, the variable will be lost and will no longer take effect.